My name's Mr. Bellamy. Welcome to Words Aloud. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Words and things, not words aloud. I'm going to mix up the girls aloud.
No swearing aloud.
No. Listen up. This being the holiday season, I'm going to tell you a holiday story. And by coincidence, it happens to be about our foremost consulting detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes, goes on holiday. Sherlock Holmes was looking through some travel brochures when his friend Dr. Watson came round. Holiday, Holmes? You're allowed to spot the puns as well. Holiday, Holmes? Said Watson. Holmes said yes, but actually he was thinking of hiring a caravan. Mobile homes. That's number 2, said Watson. Holmes said yes, but he wasn't sure that he could afford a caravan. Have you ever thought of camping? Asked Watson. Well, Holmes had never thought of camping. Not as a form of enjoyment, anyway. No, it's ideal, Holmes. Hey. You just pack your knapsack and the world's your lobster. Oyster, Holmes corrected. Don't mind if I do, said Watson. In fact, I'll come with you. Show you the roads. I've still got I've still got my old army tent and my army shorts. It'd be a bit of a squeeze, mind. In that case, said Holmes, I'll take my own shorts. Not exactly a pun, but a slight joke. They decided to go to the south of France, so that evening they caught the boat train to Dover, from where they caught the ferry to Calais, from where they got the chemin de fer. Watson thought a chemin de fer was a card game. But Holmes said, no, it's only rail travel in England that's a gamble. They stayed overnight at the town of Dot-sur-le-Map. It was a town that had been fought over many times. It reminded Holmes of home. It was a violin. That's pun number 5. A violin. Holmes, violin. In fact, if they'd been by the river, he might even have gone insane. Because they were in France. Oh, thank you. They continued their journey next day to the resort of Le Plage, which means life is a beach. Yeah, thank you. I'm finished yet. By holding the floor. Their campsite was a typical good evening, sir, how are you? Good evening, sir, would you care to listen to the show? The campsite was a typical European one. A typical mid-Victorian European one. The Germans were there. Oh, are you going? The Germans were there with their newly invented Mercedes-Benzes. The Italians were there with their newly baked Garibaldi biscuits. And there was not a camp rep in sight. In fact, they were all perfectly straight. So, Holmes and Watson, thank you sir, Holmes and Watson pitched their tent, pulled on their shorts, and had a jolly good night. The following morning, when Holmes woke up, he found himself alone. He also found a note which said, roses are red, violets are blue. Wait for it. By the tent, it's mellow yellow, I'll look out for you. He deduced that this meant that Watson was lurking with intent. Lurking with intent, yes. And so he decided to go and canvass opinion. Fairly soon, he found a large, lemon-shaped tent. He went inside, and there he found Watson spread-eagled on the ground. It was just like being at home. But standing over him was the figure of Professor Moriarty. Yes, you may, boo. I might have known, said Holmes. But then another familiar figure entered. It was Inspector Lestrade. French eggs were being smuggled into England, and he was making enquiries. I can't remember what happened next.
He said enough is enough.
Yes, he said enough is enough, he said. That's 12, yes.
That makes a dozen nerves.
Yeah, and so, I can't remember what comes next now. And so, Watson, oh yes. So Professor Moriarty said to him, oh no, hang on, I've forgotten, yes. I've forgotten what Lestrade had got in his hand. He got a cock in his hand because he was making enquiries. Got a cock in one hand and his police issue revolver in the other hand. I hope you know how to use that thing, sneered Moriarty. Of course I do, said Lestrade. I was brought up on a farm. All I need are some hens and... Ah, you mean the pistol. Yes, I know exactly what to do with it. And he was just about to shoot Professor Moriarty when Holmes stopped him. It was enough. Yes, just like that. And the delay was just enough for Moriarty to make his escape out of the tent, off the campsite, and into a waiting hot air balloon. Explaining why he had done this, Holmes said that the tent was in fact a dirigible, and if a bullet had pierced it, they would all have been blown to smithereens. Whereupon, and his plan was to fly over the capitals of Europe and drop bombs on them. And then Watson asked him how he deduced that he'd been in the tent, the giant lemon-shaped tent. A lemon entry idea, Watson. A lemon entry idea, Watson, said Holmes. Then they all went around. He then asked Holmes how he suspected that something was going on, and Holmes said, well, it's just partly the way some birds flew over the campsite in a V-shaped formation, and it was partly the unmistakable smell of Peruvian cheroots. Namely, it was a book I found called The Rough Guide to Europe's Campsites and the World of Domination. But then he said to Lestrade, what made you suspect that something was going on? Was it your innate ability to sense when a crime is being committed? And Lestrade shook his head. Was it then, Holmes asked, your Metropolitan Police training? To which Lestrade replied, no. So Holmes asked, or was it years of studying the criminal mind? And Lestrade said, no. It was sheer luck, Holmes. 14, thank you. I think Mr. Bellamy, good evening.